Hey guys, today let's talk about the Jetbeam Jet-1 MK. Yeah, that's a mouthful. This is a pretty cool little light. I ended up getting it for about $18 on sale from gearbest.com, and I'll put a link to them. They have it on sale every once in a while, so you may be able to catch it for cheap. This is a pretty simple flashlight that takes AA batteries, so you can use regular alkaline batteries, rechargeables, or you can use the lithium-ion 14500 batteries. And of course you're going to get different outputs and results depending on which batteries you use. It has the XPG2 LED, and very common stuff: IPX 8 waterproof standard, impact resistant 1 meter, very kind of normal kind of stuff. This thing is a twist head design, which basically means to turn it on, you tighten the head, loosen it to turn it off. It's a 3-mode, very simple 3-mode flashlight: high, medium, low, with mode memory. Nice gray anodization. Some knurling here on the head. Has a nice glass lens, smooth reflector. Now, one complaint, well, two complaints. Number one, the pocket clip is terrible. It really slides around in your pants pocket. It's very difficult to keep this thing in one place. It really does move. It's just a bad shape. It's way too wide here at the top, so the light moves around just a ton. And the anodization is really slick, so this thing will really be sliding around. If you reach into your pants or anything like that, it's very difficult to keep it still. Second complaint, they have this threading in the tail cap for the glass breaker. You know what, it's something I will never ever in a million years use, but it really makes the light difficult to tail stand. Makes it very wobbly. I mean, it'll tail stand, but it's pretty wobbly, and so I just think it's really unnecessary. So didn't much care for that. We're going to talk about my testing. So of course I lost my page, you know me, I always run these things through a boatload of tests, measuring brightness and output and all that stuff, using different batteries, just to see what these things are up to. And here's what I found out of this guy is with an Eneloop Pro rechargeable battery, I got 120 minutes, 2 hours out of this light, which is astounding. I have no other light that can hit 2 hours, and that output is like 150 lumens. So this thing can maintain 150 lumens for 2 hours on an Eneloop Pro. And the cool thing is, if you actually look at my numbers here, it maintains almost 100% brightness all the way to 100 minutes. So you're going to actually maintain pretty much 150 lumens out to 100 minutes. That is unheard of. That is really good regulation. That is really good design. So, bravo. Alkaline batteries, a little different performance. They're going to fade pretty fast. I got about 60 minutes on the light. 60 minutes on the light shut off. I turned it back on and got another 20 minutes out of it, but it kept ramping down. So obviously there is some kind of protection when that battery gets lower or something where it just cuts out. But yeah, it does seem to, but you're talking about an hour with an alkaline. Once again, that's a very good number. There's a lot of flashlights on the market that really only putting out 20-30 minutes of good light. 14500. I ended up getting, it was like 500 lumens out of the thing. It advertises like 480. My number was 529, but that is not, not very accurate. I usually guesstimate about 10%, so it could be anywhere from like 480 to 570. More likely, it's right around 500. That was using an eFest battery, and I got about 30 minutes of runtime out of it, and it came up with a really, it maintained its brightness, at least 2/3 of its brightness that entire 30 minutes. So Yeah. Now, one thing to be very careful of, if you are using 14500, it does not have a low voltage protection. You can very easily overdrain your batteries, so that is something to be careful of. So we're going to shut off one light, show you how this guy works. So as I said, you have a low mode, and you can see it's a warmer tint. It's not a very cold blue, it's kind of a neutral, maybe even warmer white. Your second mode, a little bit brighter. You can see the edge on that hot spot. And your third mode, the 150 lumen mode, this has got an envelope in it right now. You can see it's got a very sharp edge. It's a very well defined beam. It's actually very well focused. Very nice little hot spot on this thing, which is common with the XPG2s. And very good output, very clean beam, very pleasant to look at, which is awesome. A lot of flashlights just have that really like sickening blue tint to them. This is not the case with this guy. This has a really pleasant beam. There we go. This has a really pleasant beam to look at. It's very good for reading. Doesn't bother you. Another thing, just to kind of show you the quality that's into this, there's something called PWM. It's pulse something modulation. I think pulse width modulation. Basically, it's a cheap way to come up with low modes on a flashlight. This has none of that. On all three modes, different batteries, which it really shows that they really did take their time and not screw this up. And I'll show you how it works pretty much. And then we'll call it a day since we've talked all we want to talk. Take a flashlight, turn it on, and you notice how we're only seeing, put it on a lower mode, you'll probably be able to see a little better. But we're not seeing any kind of like individual different light heads, so it's not pulsing, which is cool. When you have that, it can create like a pulsing effect. It bothers some people if they're reading with them because it's like those fluorescent bulbs. It's just that little pulsing going on, and it can really irritate some people. That is not going on with this light, which is awesome. So there it is, the Jet-1 MK. Fantastic AA light for the money. You know, you have that big 400 lumen 14500 mode, and then that 150 lumen for 2 hours, which is just astounding. Definitely a highly recommended light.